Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday. And welcome to the Eclectic Experience. I am your hostess with the mostest, Shy Rosalind. That's Rose Alind. And I am happy to be here, and I hope you are too. Please likes are always free. Subscribe if you are so inclined, and tell a friend or two or three or more that I am live. And folks are probably watching me. Also, I am on Facebook, Jedi.taxNYC. We are live there as well. So, welcome everyone. Tonight, I am going to be reviewing a video I did last year on how to choose a tax preparer. It is almost that time of year, folks. It is coming towards the end of the year. And folks, besides Christmas and New Year's and Kwanzaa and Hanukkah and all that good stuff, folks have to start gathering their things together because come mid-January, you have to start getting ready to file them taxes. Yes, winter is coming. And it's almost tax time. So full disclosure, I am a registered tax preparer with New York State. I run Jedi.tax NYC, which is a division of Jedi.tax based in Pomona, California. I reviewed my esteemed colleague Roger Noriega. He did a video a couple months, 2 months ago, talking about family budgeting and things of that nature. And tonight I am presenting how to choose a tax preparer if it's your first time and it's your first time going to be filing a tax return, or if you're looking for a new tax professional. I am going to provide some tips and things to look out for when you're switching or looking for a tax preparer for the first time. So before we get started, a little bit of housekeeping. I will be on tomorrow evening for Bead and Chat. I had a request to work on a project using dark pink. So I'm going to be digging through my stash tomorrow, looking to see what I can do with dark pink. That's going to be interesting. And if you have a color that you are interested in, you can put a comment in my community post, or you can reach out to me on Facebook, Pond's Edge Designs, or you can reach out to me through Instagram, Pond's Edge Designs as well, and let me know what you think, and I will work on that for in that color for a future episode of Beat and Chat. So stay tuned for that. And also, I will be working on the next 2 or 3 episodes of the YouTube Street Guide. The YouTube Street Guide is a commentary, a guide through different categories on YouTube. I travel the YouTube streets, so you don't have to. I showcase some of who I feel are the best out there, whether they've been streaming forever or they're just out the gate. So I plan to do a second part of the current episode, Charlatans and Fake Gurus. After that, my ambition is to do an episode on health and wellness. And last but not least, I plan to discuss the economics of YouTube. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So those are the next three that I'm planning, and after that, I probably will put the YouTube Street Guide on a brief hiatus because that will be the beginning of tax season, and I won't be able to do. Depending on my schedule, I will not be able to do anymore because usually tax season I get a little busy. So I think that, oh yes, oh my god, I almost forgot. I have some new subscribers out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate you subscribing. Please tell a friend or two or three. Um, and comments are always welcome. Likes are always free and appreciated, and it does help me with the YouTube algorithm. So if you like this video or any other video that you have seen on my channel, please hit the like button for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am not monetized, at least not yet. And when it happens, it happens. If it's meant to be, it will be. um I do have a Cash App that's scrolling along the bottom of the screen. And of course, all my Beat and Chat projects are available on my website, so you can purchase the project once it's posted in the store, and that helps me as well. So, okay, now we got all that settled and out of the way. Let us start up our review for tonight. Again, it is how to choose a tax preparer. This is a video that I did last year, and I'm going to show it for those of you who haven't seen it. And again, please like, comments are always welcome, shares are always appreciated, subscribers are always beloved. So let us share the screen here, and we'll get this bad boy rolling. The video itself is not that long, so I will not be keeping y'all too late. Um, and do, 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 do. Okay, give me just a second. Alrighty. And here we go. This is Rosalind from Jedi taxNYC. Today's presentation is how to choose a tax preparer. The following presentation is. Hello, this is Rosalind from Jedi taxNYC. Today's presentation is how to choose a tax preparer. The following presentation is provided as general information only. For specific advice on a return or tax advice, you must be a client of Jedi.tax. You can contact me at rosalind@jedi.tax via email. Our Facebook page is Jedi.taxNYC, and I am also on Instagram. So it's okay. So yes, I am on Instagram, Jedi.taxNYC. I am on Facebook, Jedi.taxNYC. And you can reach out to me. My email is rosalind@jedi.tax if you have other questions or would like to become a client. That time. It's almost that time. It's almost the end of the year. So we have to start thinking about who's going to do our taxes come January. W-2s tend to go out at the end of December through the end of January. Everyone should be receiving a W-2 or a 1099 no later than February of 2022. So, and of course, that was last year. So, W-2s should be going out probably after the new year, the beginning of January, and you should still receive your W-2 or 1099 no later than, I believe it's going to be February 15th of 2023. If you have not received a 1099 or a W-2 by that time, go to your employer and see what's going on, because they are also required to file with the IRS before that date. You need to change a prepare, or it might be your first time, first W-2, first job, and you need a person to help you with your taxes. Or maybe you had a life change. Maybe you have a business, your own business now, and you need someone to help you get your business taxes filed. So, where do you start? Well, let's start right here. So, tax preparers, there are different levels of tax preparation, and there are different qualifications. First, we have the enrolled agent. An enrolled agent is someone who has had some experience as a preparer. They have reached out to the IRS and they have completed a certain number, 72 hours of continuing education. There is an exam that has to be taken. I think the exam is 3 hours or more. They have to pass that exam. They have to have continuing education. This is above and beyond your standard tax preparation um, business. The enrolled agents may represent clients under audit because of the extended training, and they also are allowed to file appeals on the client's behalf if there's an issue. Usually, you would look for an enrolled agent if you've had a return that had issues, or if there are extenuating circumstances regarding your returns. You might need an enrolled agent to represent you. Then we have the standard tax preparer, like myself. We are registered with the IRS. We have a number called a PTIN number that appears on any tax returns that we file. And then there's certain states where a standard preparer is required to register, take a course, take continuing education, and also register. There's a separate registration fee. And then we receive a state PTIN number. And there are certain states that do require, and they are California, Connecticut, Illinois, Maryland, Nevada, New York, and Oregon. Those states. And I just want to add something regarding the state requirements. Those states require their preparers to be registered separately from the IRS registration. And also, so for example, if you were in California and you came to me to do your taxes, I wouldn't be able to do them. I could do your federal taxes, but I wouldn't be able to do your, actually, I wouldn't be able to do either your federal or your state because I'm not registered in California. I'm registered in New York. Of course, there are preparers who are registered in whatever states need to be registered. They need to register in. So, in theory, if I were able to take and pass the California exam, I would be able to have clients in California and any other state as well. But just for me personally, I wouldn't be able to take a client in California because I'm not registered and licensed. It's actually licensed in licensing in California. A friend of mine sent me the the study guide for last year's California exam, and it's a couple of hundred pages. So there's no way I wouldn't do it. But just to give some clarity to that. States, preparers are required to register with the state and take whatever courses are required and receive a certification. And it's, at least in New York, it's yearly. You have to renew every year. Then we have certified public accountant. Certified public accountants have a college degree. They are licensed. They do an apprenticeship with an accounting firm. I think it's before they're licensed. Some CPAs do not prepare returns. Some CPAs only assist their clients with not just bookkeeping, but financial advice. Some CPAs do taxes for their clients, especially if it's a business. They do work on business taxes with their clients, as well as whatever financial advice they provide. Certified public accountants, you basically are found by word of mouth. Somebody recommends somebody to a friend and all that good stuff. You might want a certified public accountant depending on your circumstances, or if you have a business of a certain size, you might be more comfortable using a CPA to do your taxes. Then we have local volunteers for folks who are under a certain income level. It depends on the state, but I know in New York, if you have less than $60,000 a year, or if you're a senior citizen on a fixed income, or someone that's way below the poverty line, or just above enough to file, but not above 60,000 a year, you can either file yourself, and each states have their own link for consumers, and they can guide you through. Or sometimes local libraries used to have volunteers come in and help people do file their returns at the local library, or social services agencies would have folks come in and help people do their returns. So, and just a quick note on that for New York State, your income needs to be below 66,000 or below, and you can either file through the state's website. They actually can guide you to. There's a link that will take you to the proper software company where you can file your taxes yourself. Or if you want, you can use a tax preparer, but usually if you're earning less than that much, less than 60,000, and you have what would be considered, what used to be called the 1040 EZ, which is basically straight W-2 income. You may or may not have dependents, that sort of thing. You can file yourself. If you're unsure, you can always reach out to tax preparer and ask any questions you might have. So I would suggest that you check with your local social services agency, or check with your local library to see if they're going to offer the service. I know with COVID, it's going to be hard to have a lot of stuff in person, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, in all honesty, if your income is under a certain level, you probably should not be paying someone to do your taxes. You should be able to do what used to be called a 1040 EZ, which meant you only had employment, no self-employment income, and very few dependents. And it's a very, very basic form. So a local volunteer might be the best way to go in that situation. And then we come to the fun part. That is fees and record keeping and all that good stuff. So there are certain things. There are items that are required for every preparer, and it could, well, it doesn't really vary per state. There's just certain things that have to be done. And the first thing is a fee list. You Preparers must have a fee list for services. And a customer should be a client should be able to know the fees before they give you the opportunity to file their return. So you have to have a fee list either on your website so that people can see it before they contact you, or if they do contact you, discuss the fees before doing the return. And I know in New York State, you're supposed to have it posted somewhere, or an estimate must be given to the client before the work begins. Um, Depending on the depending on the circumstances, what needs to be filed, whether it's a business return or an individual return. But you have to present the fees to the client beforehand. A preparer may not charge a separate fee for electronic filing. Why? Because every tax prep software has the option for electronic filing. And also, the IRS and now pretty much any state expects electronic filing. They actually do not want you to mail anything in unless there's some extenuating circumstance where you have to send in certain forms and they can't be submitted electronically. But the IRS is actually begging people not to mail in their tax returns, to do it online and submit it online. So the I think they're trying to do away with people mailing in their returns. It is built in, therefore the electronic filing fees may not be separated from your general fee for doing a return. Now, if your preparer has to send documents by mail and they have to, send stuff to the post office on your behalf, you are allowed to be they are allowed to charge postage, and they're allowed to charge, if they have to make copies, a per page fee. So that you may be charged separately for, but not for filing your return electronically. That's not a separate fee. Any client refunds must be sent by mail to the client. So the IRS or the state will send a check to the client, or it will be direct deposited into the client's bank account, whether it's checking or savings. And that's something the client decides at the time that they're doing the return. The client will instruct how they want it done. Usually most people want it direct deposited. If refunds are sent for whatever reason, if it's sent to the preparer, that's a problem. That's a red flag. Refunds should never go to a tax preparer. And most important, the preparer and the client must sign the return, whether they indicated electronic signature on the return before it's submitted. That has to be done. They have to have both signatures. If they don't have both signatures, that's not good. That's a red flag. Also, a tax preparer should either email or present the client with a copy of their return so they can review it before it's submitted. So in case there's any information that needs to be added, or if something's misspelled, or there's an address issue, the client should be allowed to see the return, acknowledge it, and then the preparer sends the return to the IRS. So as far as record keeping, the preparer can use only the records that the client provides. Preparers are not allowed to estimate income, estimate expenses. Everything must be based on what the client provides. And also, the preparer must be available for questions after the return is filed. Okay, I'm going to stop here for a second because I've been hearing stories of people bringing in shoe boxes of receipts and telling the tax preparer, "Here you go. Here are my receipts. Just add them up and put it in as excuse me, as an expense." And no, that's a no. What you need to do is get some kind of software, either QuickBooks or Quicken or Wave or something like that, where you can have your receipts and your expenditures transmitted from your bank statement or your credit card statement, and then it can be sorted and categorized, and then you give that to the preparer. Do not walk into your tax preparer's office with a shoebox of expenses. That's not going to go over well. Now you can take that to your accountant maybe so they can sort it, but I wouldn't recommend that either. So don't walk into your tax preparer's office with a shoebox full of receipts. That's no, that's not going to go over well. So if it's, April 30th and there's a question, you have a question about your return, you should be able to reach your preparer either by email or phone and discuss your concerns. If for some reason the preparer has just disappeared or you can't reach them or for whatever reason, then you can file a complaint, and that's the next thing. If you need to file a complaint regarding your tax preparer, if there's an issue of returns never being filed and you paid for the service, or if the return was filed and the refund didn't go to you but went to the preparer for whatever reason, that shouldn't happen, and you need to file a complaint, then for federal returns, you go to irs.gov and click on consumer, and you'll be directed from there. If your state has state income tax and you need to file a return and there's a problem, you go to your state's tax department and go to consumer or individual or business and file a complaint. They will direct you how to file a complaint from there. Hopefully that never happens, but if you need to, that's what you do. And then also you need to provide as much information about the preparer as possible. Name, address, company name, phone number, the date you saw the preparer, the date they gave you that your return would be filed, every date that you contacted them, whether it was email or phone. Keep record of it. And then if you do need to file a complaint, you can provide that information as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I hope this was helpful. If you have any suggestions, or if there are any topics that you would like me to prepare a presentation on, then feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to look into it. Our corporate website is Jedi.tax. We also have, starting soon, we will have a weekly discussion Facebook via StreamYard. And if you have questions, you can reach out to us as well. Hope everyone has a wonderful day, and take care.
Dana Chanel accused of preying on black people and black businesses. I would say run away. The influencer and her multi-million-dollar enterprise.
Okay, so like I said, I'm not gonna keep you all night. I just want to put this presentation back out there. Um, as you prepare for next year, as you gather your information and start closing out your books for the year, just keep in mind that the person who helps you prepare your taxes, those are some of the things you should look for. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me, Rosalind at Jedi.tax, also on Facebook. And we are also, our website is Jedi.tax, just Jedi.tax. And you can send a message through the website as well. So I hope this was helpful for everyone. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you're interested in becoming a client of Jedi Tax, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you. Um, I believe that's it for tonight. Again, thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and you will all see me tomorrow night for Bead and Chat. Please, if this was helpful, please like the video. Likes help me very much. Subscribe if you are so inclined. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. And I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. And I will see you all tomorrow night for Beat and Chat. It will probably be around the same time. I might start a little earlier. So stay tuned for that. And hope everyone has a great night. And I will see you on the next one.